Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the world. Welcome back to an episode of the Main Cause Podcast with your host, Miss Tiffany Smith, and your other host, Caleb Cowles. It's good to be back. It's been a while. How do you feel, Tiffany?
I feel fine. I feel great.
You've got a bubbly energy to you.
I always have bubbly energy. What do you mean?
And that's what I really like about you. You're always happy. You're like the sunshine in the rain. You know?
I mean, I'm like rainbows,
like,
unicorns, and sunshine.
In the rain, though. Because, like, things could be going south, the lash could be falling off, but you still have the same upbeat, bubbly energy, and I just like that about you. I really do.
Thank you, Caleb.
So welcome back. We're back here. We're back. Like we never left. So we've obviously got a few things we want to get off the chest about everything, because that's why we have a podcast where we discuss things.
Okay, good.
Because there's always things to unpack. So in today's episode, the main topic is going to be the power of sex. And that's very layered, you know? There's layers to this cake.
I feel like everything we talk about, there's layers to it. We just don't go in depth, you know? We're not out here reading up facts and stuff. We're just speaking our minds.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just an open discussion.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. When No, wait. Let me give you a scenario. From what point after having met someone and decided, okay, I'm gonna go on a first date with this person, should you have sex with them? And I mean that in the sense of, you're obviously, maybe you're coming into it with the hope that you're gonna end up in a relationship, or it's just a date because you're testing it out, or sex shouldn't even apply until a later stage in the relationship. So just let me, from your perspective, at what point do you throw sex in the mix?
Okay, well, first of all our parents tell us no sex before marriage, but I have a baby. So, well. But, I don't know. I feel like as women, you know, with the way the world works now, like we fast forwarded, we're so comfortable in our bodies, in our own sexuality, you know, we express ourselves more, and the whole Free the Nipple campaign thing going on. So, I don't know. It's just like, I feel, well, we're talking about sex. Okay. Well, for me, personally, actually, maybe not make this personal. I don't know. It's just like, obviously, when you're going to meet someone, like, obviously, you're sexually attracted to them. You know, because there's a lot of things that lead up to a point of like a date. You know, you find each other attractive. So the thought has gone through both of your heads at some point, even though it hasn't happened. And I think what really puts sex on the table after meeting someone for the first time is compatibility. And like how comfortable you feel around that person. Or if like you just say, you know what, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I came out to just do this and I need some, so I'm going to go do that. So that could be your, you know, your prerogative.
Yeah, sure. Everyone does it when they feel like it. But from your perspective, when should you throw it in the mix? Because I feel like, again, people use it. Some people weaponize it to get what they want. Some people are genuine about it. Other people are addicted to it, so they just can't stop themselves from doing it. But from your perspective, when should you throw it in the mix?
I do it when I feel safe. When I feel comfortable. That's when I do it. Like if I feel like I can trust you, it's safe here, and sex is very vulnerable. You have to be completely open about your body, essentially, something that you clothe every day and you hide. So
if you feel safe after the first date, you're comfortable putting the sex card on the table?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of things that contribute to feeling safe. It's like, I feel like I can trust you. You've given me something that I feel I can work with emotionally. I feel like there's an attachment here that I can grow on. So if sex is on the table, then on the first date, then check. But you know, some of us, we try to hold it in the first time, at least.
Do you feel that maybe women use sex to manipulate men?
Yes. But no question, I answer that very quickly.
Because obviously there's this saying that men never choose to have sex with a woman. It's
Yeah.
always the woman's
Who
idea.
initiated.
Like
they make you think it's your idea.
You know, but you never have sex with a woman if she didn't actually like let it happen or allow it. And obviously, traditionally, that's how it should be. Da 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 da. But I feel like a lot of women just use it now to keep men like on leashes, so they can have like.
I don't feel like sex keeps anyone on a leash because sex is anywhere. A man that's truly eligible, can be with me now, and then 3 days from now he could have someone else. So it's not even about who initiates.
It is definitely about keeping people on leashes, because how else are you using it to control someone? Because you know that there's an attachment that happens after sex, which keeps that person on a leash. Is what I mean, is that you will keep having sex with that person because he gives you a certain amount of money, bless her culture, or because he always gives you access to a certain lifestyle. You get to ride the fancy cars, you get to go to the fancy clubs, drink the fancy bottles for free. But you're not really attracted. No, not gold diggers.
I thought we were talking about sex in general.
Yeah, we are. We're talking about how
money.
we're talking about how women use sex to control, to get what they want, which in a lot of cases is money, lifestyle, and security, right?
Okay.
So all I'm asking in that regard is, do you not see that there's more to sex than just the physical action because of the lingering connection that's left there?
People make it about different things. For me, if I say women use sex to manipulate people, I mean, if I'm in a relationship with someone and say you're in a bad mood, I'm gonna throw something cute on and do something with my hair. I'm gonna walk over to you and I'm gonna come kiss you a little bit, because you can't ignore bunda. It's in your house, it's in your face, like it's there. Like your hand came over, she cooked.
Okay, but I see it differently.
Now it's here.
I see it differently because more people are single than they are in relationships, right?
Yeah.
So most people have sex outside of relationships
Yeah.
than couples who are having sex with each other the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So the sex manipulation in that sense, where it's a bunch of single people manipulating each other, I feel like women use that. For example, even a one night stand with a rich guy you saw at the club, or a famous. No, I'm talking about general statistics, because it's those guys who get all the women. So for the most part, a woman goes to the club and she sees a famous person, for example, and she sleeps with that person. She's not attracted to that person. She doesn't care about this person, but the status is the appeal, right? And that's why blesser culture exists, because of that transaction. But I feel like that connection that stays behind is kind of where the control happens, because you keep coming back to that ATM or to that table and saying, okay, hey, we're sexual partners. Remember, I can give you this, you can give me that. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like some women definitely like
they monetize.
They weaponize the coochie.
Yeah.
They weaponize it. They use it as a means of survival.
Survival? That's a very strong...
No, it is, because some people will sleep with you for the sake of, like, they need their bills paid, or they got, like, some serious things that they need to get done. So, yes, there are women that will use their sexuality, even in the business place. Like, it's for the men. You know, like, most things, I don't know, men are so aggressive. It's like, if it's just a room full of men, they dominate. So to be a woman amongst men, you have to sometimes play those cards where
Is that how women feel?
I wouldn't know. It's just, I would say, from what I've heard, you sometimes have to tone it up a little bit, or you have to tone it down a bit, depending on the room that you're in. Your sexuality and how your sex appeal comes across is everything, because you don't want someone else to take you seriously because they think you want sex, but at the same time, you're sexy, so it can get you into certain rooms.
That's scary. It's very scary to me. But the little boy that's deep inside of me is scared of this concept, because it almost takes the authenticity out of real connections.
For sure.
Because it's like, why is it that before I can have a connection with you, I have to sleep with you?
I mean,
it should be the other way around. Like, normally, like when you think about it, sure. But the little boy in me, and obviously the little boy in me is not the big man who is out here because I have the experience that I have, but the little boy in me who still thinks that the world is perfect is a bit scared of that concept because of how powerful women actually are, simply because of that little attribute.
So yeah, that if women had to rally together and decide that niggas weren't getting no coochie, you would go mad.
We just turn off the lights. We just turn off the lights and you wouldn't be able to curl your hair or watch your latest
switch off
Netflix.
the water.
Switch off the water, turn off the lights.
Give me no lights, no water.
Have your space. See you guys claw at each other.
Yo.
But yeah, next question. Since we were on relationships and you said you use sex to manipulate.
I don't use it to manipulate. I just feel like there's certain points where you can use it.
I get you.
I'm not making it a thing.
I get you, even though it's always a thing. But I get you. The question is this: do you think that a woman can withhold sex from her man?
Oh, for sure.
Why?
Because I'm petty.
But
because
do you
I'm
feel
not in a mood.
But do you feel that you give the man sex?
In terms of?
When you say no to him, like you withhold the coochie, like as you would put it. Why do you have the right to withhold the coochie? Because
it's on my body,
sure,
and I get to decide when I want to do these things. And some men, they turn into animals. Like
sure.
Okay.
Okay. I get you.
Get tired.
But do you think that you offering him sex is some sort of reward? Or like a what's the word? Like a bonus, like a benefit, like a special thing. Like, I'm giving you sex. If I say no sex for you.
Yeah.
Or is he giving you sex? Because women often think, and this one I don't want to generalize. I don't want to generalize with this point because I'll get in trouble. But I feel like women in relationships who like play that card, like, no, I don't feel like it. With the perception that if I offer you cooch, or like for example Valentine's Day, he gets you flowers, chocolates, a brand new Lamborghini, and you say, okay, he deserves the cooch, and you give him sex. Is that even an exchange? You can't give him sex as a gift because he gives you as much sex as you give him. Sex can never be, I gave this to you, because you can't have it on your own. So I don't think that sex in a relationship can ever be used as or should never be used as a card. Where you feel like, if you don't behave a certain way, yes,
whenever you want it, and here you go, Bob Django, you crazy.
Yes. I honestly feel like it should always be available when you're in a relationship, because it's both of you.
Okay, but listen to this, right? So, oh my god. So I don't know. This topic got my mind going. I just feel like, there's times where, say in the beginning of a relationship, right? because we're now going into what you do when you're in one, or what people do when they're using people. But I also feel like there are times where maybe I'm seeing someone, and as a woman, it's like, okay, we've slept with one another, but now you also want to see what happens after you've given yourself to someone. Like, does that energy change? Does it not? And if it doesn't, then obviously it makes you want to do more, because you feel like even after giving yourself to someone, you're still getting what you need in return, which is emotional and security.
But you're